Let me ask you, obviously, probably the biggest known name here is Ryan Hall, who just came off a magnificent U.S. performance at the Boston Marathon. You think he's ready to put in the fast time, or is he too early after the race?
No, I think he is, because he wouldn't be here if he didn't think he could run well against the Ethiopians.
And on Monday, are you going to win? How are you feeling? I know it's 6 weeks after Boston, so it's a short time to recover.
Well, you know what? Like, the thing I love about running is, like, every time you go to the starting line, you never know what kind of day you're going to hit. You might hit a flyer, so if I hit a flyer, I could do something really special, and that's why I'm here, in hope of that. But if not, I'm going to enjoy the day regardless and have a good time running into that stadium.
And what I'm impressed with is what I said at the end of the presentation here, which is I think finally we're coming back to where the athletes are willing to go to find out how they're going to be against the best. And I think for many, many years it was more the agents and the coaches who were dictating where you would go and against whom you would run, because rankings were more important than performance. And I think we may have come back out of that.
I was lucky enough to be at Boston this year, and like the lead athlete, he never checked his watch. I mean, they were just out there racing. You don't see that, right? They weren't out there running to a plan. They were out there racing.
Yeah, and that's good.
New course, faster or slower?
I think, ironically, it could be faster.
Really?
Because it's not that much of an uphill. You don't even notice it if you're in a car. You have to be running it to notice it. And it's only uphill because it's compared to the starting in the other direction, which is much more of a downhill. Now, I think in the past, everybody, including the elites, would go out too fast coming down that first hill in the first half mile, make the right, get to the mile point, and be much more into oxygen debt, not being able to process the oxygen, than they should be. And at altitude, that's much more of a problem. It takes longer to come out of it. And so I think for the runners in the back of the pack, it's actually going to be better, because it used to be after the mile, when you went into the second mile running north up a street called Folsom, there's a hill there that's really the hardest hill in the course, and everybody has trouble on that hill, and I think it's because they all went out too fast in the first mile.
By Casey.
Yeah. And so now you're going to eliminate that first hill.